This lady right here is dynamic. Every time when I talk to her, I got the energy. She's always energetic. Every time when I talk to her, I don't know where she got all this energy from. So she's always jumping up and down. Hey, Alan, I can do this. Alan, I can do that. Hey, Alan, I'm building this. It's just like Rob say, entrepreneur. What with entrepreneur? She is an entrepreneur herself. So I don't want to go into too much detail. I want her to tell you her story. So, and by the way, she's also another Hennessy winner. So welcome, Miss Teresa Grobecker. Teresa.
Hi, Ellen. Thank you so much for having me. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here. So my story is came from Wall Street after business school, started the first online real estate brokerage in San Francisco as a hobby. I had this medical condition that I got when I was in Wall Street. It was called pregnancy. And so I decided to take some time off. So when my kids were napping, I started this online brokerage. And it was just to keep my life skills fresh. It turned into a global speaking career. Along the way, I was offered to unsolicited to get bought out by a global investment bank, and so I did that. Became an equity partner, and I've since left that. I also have run three National Association of Realtors portfolio companies. So NAR is the largest lobbying force on Capitol Hill and globally, and they have lots of companies in their portfolio. One of the top venture capitalists in the world, actually. So my network, of course, is investment banking, real estate, and lenders. I still have a real estate brokerage. I'm a mortgage loan originator in the state of California. I've advised the federal government from the White House, POTUS, Trump, the Federal Reserve, the FHFA, which is the governing body of Fannie and Freddie, and the SEC. So that's my background in a nutshell. And when I left U.S. Capital, it was because a few reasons, like NAR and this investment bank were kind of like dueling over who was going to control my LinkedIn and my profile. And I did the NAR thing because I have also invented this thing. Anyway, it's part of NAR. But I really, my love, right? Like I started that brokerage as a hobby. My love is investments and Wall Street. And so when I left the investment bank, like I was like heartbroken, right? And then I got introduced to Alan from a real estate agent, and my heart went back together. And I was like, I get to do what I love, which is really big, interesting deals. And as you guys know, like speaking about relationships, the relationships that Alan has in the industry are second to none. And this is, excuse me, a no bullshit kind of guy. Because like I've been around the block and I've seen people who yap and they'll charge you a lot of fees. I'm not going to name names. Might be where I've worked before. They charge a lot of fees, and at the end of the day, it's can they deliver? And Alan has always brought me someone on the back end who can fulfill my deal. So, like, that's what I love about Alan. I can go now and recruit, and I am a national network of bankers to come work for me, send me their deals. Real estate, pardon me, has been kicked in the nuts. Bob Goldberg, the CEO of NAR, he thought he had settled the thing with the DOJ. That fell apart, and all the big brokerages had to pay fines. All the real estate agents are suffering because of that. So there's a huge opportunity if you're going to go recruit those guys. And then also the interest rates, right? So there are a lot of people who need to make more income. So Alan is like this hero at the top of the shining light on top of the city for me. He saves my butt all the time, and he makes things possible. And there are lots. Listen to this stat. I have to tell you this. Like, if you don't believe this is the future where business is going, it's right here. Lots of articles in the Wall Street Journal about private equity going after the business loans, right? The SMEs, the small business size. That is where the sweet spot is. Even Jamie Dimon, who is the most powerful banker in the world, he is focusing on private credit and private equity. And so now that you know there's a there. When Jamie Dimon like turns his head to a certain direction, like there is business to be had. So listen to this. In 2020, Bank of America, ultra high net worth, like ultra, we're talking about like billionaire families, their family office department, published a study, because I have friends in this space. They published a study that said 70% of the wealth in the world is transferring over from the older generation to people under 40 years old by the year 2030. Alan, you know that study. We know you're in the business. You know this study. There is a massive shift of wealth that's happening right now. I have goosebumps. It's massive. And you know what these people need? They need loans to buy, acquire, grow these companies. This is happening everywhere you turn. So guys, the opportunity in front of you is massive. I love it. I send my deals to Alan. No low contender. I don't even try to go build my own network of lenders because Alan's got them all. 500 of them. He can do deals up to $1 to $2 billion. Like, we don't have to say no to anybody with the kind of financing that Alan has available. And I closed another deal that was like 3 times the size of the one that was on this slide, and that one was like, Alan saved that. Alan stuck by me for Alberto's file. Alan stuck by me. Chase Bank screwed up like some paperwork for my client years and years ago. Took us a long time to close that deal, but Alan was right there. He was so committed and make sure we got that closed. That's a family that I work with for all the generation of people who are buying and selling houses in their family. So guys, like I'm sorry, I'm a fangirl of Alan's. It's like really obvious. I can't deny it. Alan, thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your team and to grow my business with you as the backbone, the foundation, the center of everything I do.
Well, thank you, Teresa, for all the warm words. But I know that you are entrepreneur also. Can you please talk about your platform that you're building that we are going to be partner up? I think this is going to be huge for all of us.
Yeah. So real estate, right? That real estate online brokerage. I am out there recruiting. I have jobs out there, job postings where I'm recruiting agents and brokers from all over the country to come work for me, to work for us to source deals. So the way that I position it, if Alan, I hope I'm answering the question right. I say Alan is the guy who connects. Alan and I are splitting our commission. And so Alan's job is to go fulfill the deals and to have all those lenders on the back end. I position it as I'm here to help you with packaging this. I'm front of house, Alan's back of house.
No,
That's like super,
Teresa, sorry, I cut
yeah.
you off. I'm talking about the capital platform that you are building. The capital platform that you can raise capital.
Oh, are we talking about rainmakers, working with rainmakers?
Yes, yes,
Oh, that one. Okay, sure. I didn't know we were talking about that one. Okay,
yes.
okay.
That's the one I'm talking
Oh,
about.
okay. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Sorry. Yeah. So, I'm a recovering investment banker, right? With all my licenses, my girlfriend's getting me to turn those back on. So, when a company goes to buy a building or finance a deal, there's the debt financing that Alan has, and then there's the equity part. So, okay, now I'm tracking. Okay,
Yep.
I've talked
Yep.
about the right thing. Okay, so we can go and fulfill the equity portion. And my partner and I, Regina, we sit in the middle of Silicon Valley. That's where I'm based out of. Lots of investors, lots of capital in motion, and they're looking for deals to fund. So Alan puts together the debt portion. We can come up with the equity portion. Like I just met, I think it was 2 days ago. Time flies. But these guys who just made a ton of money in technology in the Valley, and they're partnered with, they're the funders behind Forge, which is in the city, and they're the ones transforming these office buildings into housing, which is what my team and I advise the White House about. So we're really excited to be able to offer even more capital solutions and bring that to the team.
Yes, that's exactly what I want you to share with everybody. So just as you know, we are in the funding side of it, which is the debt, right? When you're talking about project, especially when you're talking about big project, you're talking about millions of dollars, construction projects, development project, you're talking easily get into tens of millions of dollars. So looking for debt, which is what we do, it's actually not that difficult. As I mentioned, as long as the project makes sense, there's always money to support you in debt. But however, the equity portion is very, very difficult to find. So let's say, give an example for a construction project. Let's say somebody that needs about $20 million to develop, to do development. Out of that 20 million, it looks like a triangle, right? So at the bottom, the lender maximum any lender would fund on that development project is approximately 65% of that 20 million, 10 million, whatever that might be. Now you have about 35% of that $20 million that need to be put in as equity. Now, a lot of the principal, meaning that the owner of the project does not have that kind of money. So either they have the ability to raise money, which a lot of them do, raise money for the 35%, or they have to look for investors or look for other capitals to come in as investor or as a equity portion. So that is why that 35% is very, very important. Without that 35%, the 65% is not going to work. Okay, so with Teresa building her platform right here, it's a perfect marriage between the two platform right here. We can definitely provide the debt all day long, and anything that we cannot do or we lack of capital whatsoever, then we can definitely go to Teresa's to help us to find that debt. So that is very, very precious. Okay, so thank you so much, Teresa, for coming up here tonight, and love to see another deal from you, and let's close more deals together.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Nice to meet everyone. I'll put my contact info in the chat. Nice to
Yes,
meet you.
please, 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 please.